What's up, everyone? This is Visual Novel Gamer here, and I'm back with Katawa Shoujo. Last time was a pretty depressing episode. Hanako had a panic attack, and Lily has to go away because her mother is her not mother, her aunt is not doing well. So yeah, just everything's going bad. So let's continue. Hanako is more noticeable in her absence than when she is in the room. I feel her empty desk calling out for me. I find myself peering over my shoulder endlessly, hoping that I'm hallucinating and Hanako will magically appear. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, just making sure you guys can hear me. She makes sure she's as small a presence as possible when she attends class. Although she had been getting better recently, that fact never changed. Nobody ever pays her any heed in class, and now that she's not here, they don't notice her absence. It's as if she just never existed. Lily did say that her skipping class wasn't an unusual thing before I met her, but it's still very off-putting. The bells hurting the end of school make me jump in my seat. It's only now that I notice Misha is probing me in the side with her mechanical pencil to get my attention. Hello? Is anyone in there? Hey, stop that. Ah, there we are. Welcome back to Earth, Hichan. What are you talking about? You kept on dazing off into space. I was beginning to think that you might be trying to contact alien life. I really didn't get much sleep last night, so I don't doubt Misha's words. I'm not sure whether it was due to my medicine's side effects, Hanako's panic attack yesterday, my worrying about her in general, or all three. I yawned tiredly, before resting my chin in my palm, having been remembered of how badly I slept. Hey, are you really alright? Yesterday kinda rattled me as well. Yeah, I guess. I wanted to speak to Hanako again though. Did you see her last night? Yeah, Lily and I talked to her. This may sound a bit weird, but can you tell Susune thank you from both me and Lily? I know Lily technically didn't thank Susune, but I could tell by her reaction last night that she wanted to. At least, that's how it works out in my head. ... I think what Shishan is trying to say is you're welcome. The furious signing in Misha's reddened cheeks tell me that what she said was entirely different. Her blatant, flustered expression is amusing enough to make me chuckle. What's so funny, Hichan? Was it something we said? No, that's not it. I was simply thinking about how cute Hichan can be at times. Wahahaha! You're right. Hichan is really cute when she tries not to be. I noticed that Misha decides not to sign her response to Susune. Maybe Susune's rage is enough of a counter to any quality of cute. Needlessly, Susune quickly calms down and signs something else to Misha. ... Oh, okay. Hichan wants you to come and have dinner with us. Dinner, eh? Turning away from them a bit, least I've been swayed by their pleading smiles, I begin to mull it over. The invitation clearly is tempting. A takeaway dinner with two cute girls is not a bad thing. After all, the thought of Hanako locked up in her room, though, keeps dancing on the edge of my mind. Sorry, I'll have to pass. Aww. Misha doesn't sign my response, but Susune picks up on it easily enough and grimaces in disappointment. She moves her hands assertively, beginning some form of either protest or cornering, but stops herself and taps Misha's shoulder twice. Once Misha gives Susune her attention, the only statement Susune has on the matter is a shrug. Oh well, it's your choice, Hichan. I promise I'll join you two another time if that helps. Misha perks up at this, but Susune doesn't share her reaction. With a flick of her head to signal for Misha to follow her away, Shastune simply raised her hand to silently wave me goodbye. As the two make their way out of the door, I return the gesture until they're out of sight. I didn't think they would be so disappointed, and it makes me feel a bit bad for ditching them. Still, I have things to do. Girls' dormitory is especially rowdy today, with a number of girls loudly playing games and watching TV in the common room on the first floor. I can hear their voices even now, standing in front of Hanako's door. It's an odd contrast to the emptiness of the floor she's on. The voices from below make the emptiness feel all the more lonely. I had hopes Hanako would be in class today, especially after the talk Lily and I had with her last night. But I feel like I shouldn't hold it against her. It was a pretty awful episode, and to have to experience it firsthand must be all the worse. Not knowing what state she's in, I take a small breath before giving a sharp knock on her brown door. All I can do is stand and wait, do my best not to feel anxious. As the seconds wear on, I begin to think she might be asleep and didn't hear me knock. The door handle rattles a little before I could raise my hand to knock again, though. The door opens a sliver, and I appearing in the gap, only just large enough for her to peer through. I'm sure this girl would have saw a peephole in her dormitory door if only such a thing was allowed. I just stand and smile at her. I don't think words would really help here after all. The act is returning kind, with Hanako wordlessly looking at me. The gap's not wide enough to see her expression, and I can only guess what she's thinking. Time passes as we both look at each other, the only sound being the disembodied gating from the ground floor. I'm not sure how long it takes, but eventually the eyes move away. I keep wondering if she'll let me in or shut me out, until the door slowly begins to creak open. Now that I have a full view of her and her bedroom behind, the first thing I notice is that Hanako's hair is quite damp. She recently showered, which is made even more obvious by the scent of shampoo wafting towards me. The look on her face seems one of curiosity, as if she's not really sure what to make of me. Even so, I'm not really all that sure of what she's thinking. It feels as if she's gone away for a long time, and having now returned, neither of us knows what to say to each other. Hanako realizes she's staring, look away awkwardly, before turning to the side and gazing at her feet. I decide to take it as an invitation and step past her into the room, closing the door behind me as I do so. I can see her hands fiddling in the folds of the oversized gown that hangs from her shoulders. I try to concentrate on what I want to say, but the scent from her adds my sentence. To my surprise, it's not me, but Hanako that breaks the silence. Why? Because, why did I come here? I was worried about Hanako, so I came to her room. She let me in, as I had hoped, and then what? What did I mean to do? What did I mean to say? Why didn't I think this through before coming here? I want to make up for what I feel I caused, at least partly. I want to try and remove the distance I feel between us since then, and to see her happy. How can I do that when I don't know the first thing about her? I wonder if this is how Inawaka felt when she saw me lying in that sated pastel blue hospital bed. A deep sigh steadies my nerves, a little, and ends my stammering. I don't think I ever felt this nervous around someone before. When I'm like this, I don't think I can lie. Even if I could bring myself to, Hanako would see through it right away. I don't know. I just wanted to see you, I guess. Her fingers stop moving, giving me a little surprise. Looking up to her face, she gives a sweet smile and a nod. That was a satisfaction answer for her. Since you're here, I'd like to play a game of chess with you. I almost hang my head in disbelief that all she wants to do after I've been winding myself up so much is play a game. Looking at her face, though, a tentative smile perched upon it. I realized that this is more than enough, though. She could not have bothered answering the door. She could have shut it as soon as she saw my face. She could have asked me to leave. She could have rejected me at many points, but she didn't. Now, with this calm face, she wants me to play the same game that we played when we first really spent time alone together. A feeling of relief washes over me. Everything will be alright. Hanako has let me into her world. As long as we can be together like this, I think everything will be fine. It would be my pleasure. The day of Hanako's birthday party is finally here. To be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing Hanako and Lily in their pajamas again. Hanako's gown has grown on me as looking rather cute, though a bit conservative, and Lily's shorts and thin silk top are a lovely combination. But the event is staying a little with the memory of Hanako's reaction to it. I still don't really understand what happened, only being able to vaguely guess at the possible reasons for it. But I don't think finding the answer will be as straightforward as asking her. With that in mind, I knock on the door next to Hanako's. Is that you, Isa? Yep, it's me. I could hear the pitter-patter of footsteps coming to the door, followed by the sound of the lock snapping open. I don't think I ever seen Lily's door locked before, and it makes me a little suspicious. Once the door opens, the sight is a little underwhelming for a birthday party. Hanako returns to her seat at the table with a quick smile and nod, leaving me to close and assuming they wanted it to be kept that way, lock the door. As I do so, I realize that the scene before me is that of an evening tea party. Just like any other between the two, somehow, I don't think I should be surprised. To my relief, Hanako looks relatively calm. The break from class has probably done her good, and given her time to wind down a bit. I take a seat between the two at the low table in the center of Lily's room, the brightly colored teapot steaming away between us. A tall, brown bag close by Lily's side catches my attention. I covertly try to glance inside it a couple of times, but can't get a good look from here. Looking to Hanako, it seems like she's as curious about it as I am. Hey, Lily. Lily finishes off the teacup raised to her lips before settling it down and giving me her attention. Yes? I was just wondering about that brown bag. She pauses for a moment and gives a slightly cheeky smile. That would be Akira's present. Unfortunately, she said she was working and can't join us. Lily leans over and feels out the item inside before raising her arm. I raise an eyebrow as two items, not one, raise from the bag. The glass necks are grasped by Lily's, on the other hand, of her middle finger, so this is why she had her door locked. Wine. There are two small thuds as the bottles are brought to rest on the table. One red, one white. I want to believe that it's fake, non-alcoholic wine, but if it was, there wouldn't be any need to do this. Circumstance? Alcohol? Seriously? Are you sure this is a good idea? Lily smiles politely and giggles. I'm not really convinced that she is. These won't be a present from my sister. I know it's a bit questionable, but a little shouldn't hurt. If Lily takes serious issue with it, I don't think she'll have agreed quite so easily. That aside, I had Akira squared as the serious and responsible type, maybe like an older Lily, but it looks like I was wrong. We aren't even legally able to drink yet. Well, in that case, I won't complain. They don't look bad either. I'm no connoisseur, but at least the bottles look nice. Apart from the spacious glass of wine or two given from my father at family dinners, I haven't really had enough to know what's what. That, and I can't really say that I'm a total straight edge. Going by Hanako's expression, she's thinking the same, and it's her birthday anyway. Shall I open one? Sure, I'll get some. My heart skips as I hear 3 sharp bangs coming from Lily's door. Hanako's head flicks around and Lily's eyes close as she listens intently. None of us want to be busted for this. Who is it? Let me in, I'm cold. Lily lets out a resigned sigh before motioning for Hanako to open the door. She obediently gets up and fusses with her gown before moving. Apparently, still not quite sure of who it is, but trusting enough in Lily to do as she requests. I can just see a blonde, dark silhouetted figure become visible over Hanako's shoulder as she opens the door. Happy birthday, Hanako! Thank you, Akira. Hanako gives a small bow while twiddling her fingers in front of her. So this is Lily's elusive sister. That looks like a man. Akira follows Hanako to the table after shutting the door behind her, giving me plenty of time to have a good look at her. She looks to be about the same height as Hanako and has short blonde hair that's quite roughly cut that, in addition to her rather modest breasts, muscular suit, and deep voice, gives her quite an androgynic effect. Without further ado, she plops herself down on the side of the table across from me. It's nice to have your company after all, Akira. Did work let you off? Yep, I have to go back though in a bit, but I managed to get enough of a break to drive down. So this would be Hisao then. A confident smile gets thrown in my direction, so I nod politely in return. Considering she just jumped straight to using my first name, she's much more informed than her appearance would suggest. Wait, if she already knows who I am, then that must mean that Lily talked about me with her. I wonder what she said. Sorry for not introducing you, Hisao. This is Akira Soto, my elder sister. I see. Nice to meet you. The person in question gladly claps her hands together, making Hanako jump a little bit. Akira notices this and looks uneasy for a fraction of a second before getting back into her stride. Only now do I realize that Akira hasn't paid Hanako's scars any undue attention. Hanako also seems to be comfortable, if not exactly relaxed around Akira. Well then, I assume the presents got through. No point in waiting, considering Hisao and the birthday girl look like they're pretty eager. Lily giggles as I awkwardly turn away, a little embarrassed by the fact that I couldn't hide my interest. Hanako's eyes are telling me that she wants to try the wine together with me though. So I settle for a look of badly frightened indifference. Akira managed to uncork the first bottle with small effort, and Hanako goes to get some glasses, before I get to pour the 4 of them full of white wine. I hear somewhere that white wine has less alcohol than red wine, so I think it would be the best to start with. Here's to Hanako and to Lily's trip. Cheers, cheers. Cheers. Sorry, give me a second. After the traditional raising of the glasses, we all take sips of the pale yellow liquid. Nothing like the stuff I had with my parents, with the fruitness of the flavor almost entirely hiding the taste of alcohol. Maybe this is what proper wine is supposed to taste like. Then again, it's possible that Akira just chose wine which would be suited to our taste, since none of us are used to alcohol yet. Or, at least, I hope none of us are. This isn't too bad. I was expecting something harsher. If you hadn't liked it, I had a few other variants you could have chosen from. You sound like you know your stuff when it comes to wine. Only a bit. I'm more of a beer kind of person. I have the drinking sign down pat though. As if to prove her point, she refills her glass before bringing it to her lips and flicking her head back. Hanako and I silently watch as the whole glassful disappears down Akira's throat. I can't decide whether to be impressed or put off, but I certainly don't have any urge to intimidate the act. Lily grimaced slightly as her sister boasts. I know that she is sipping from her glass as she does so, though. Anyway, now that Akira's gift has been opened and sampled, shall we move on to ours? Gifts? That's right, we got you presents. It's your birthday after all. This is from me. Lily pulls out the carefully wrapped doll from under the table and passes it to Hanako. Hanako handles the present as if it was glassware, carefully turning it over to remove the tag that binds the wrapping. Eventually, the paper falls from the doll, revealing the emerald green of the doll's dress. It's beautiful. I'm not sure what reaction I was expecting from Hanako. The near total lack of dolls in her room made me think that she didn't care about them, but the look in her eyes now is something different. She turns the doll around with the same delicacy she avoided the wrapping, as if she was expecting it to fall apart in her hands. I'm glad that you liked it. Hisao picked it out, to be honest. Hanako suddenly remembers that she's not alone in the room, and shifts her focus from the doll. Yes, I like it. Thank you, Lily and Hisao. Actually, I got you something else. I reach into my bag and remove the wrapped chess set. Here, happy birthday. Hanako carefully sets Lily's doll next to her and opens my present with the same care that she showed Lily's. Before long, the checkered squares of the chessboard are visible, and Hanako gently rubs her fingers across the carved surfaces. Oh! Almost by accident, she triggers the catch to the lid, startling herself in the process. She opens it and retrieves one of the gray pieces. She seems as absorbed in the chess piece as she was in the doll before. They're coral, natural coral, undyed, or so I'm told. Thank you, Hisao. No problem. It's your birthday after all. That's right. My birthday. Once again, Hanako's reaction seems a little off, but she carefully closes the boar lid. I notice Akira's smile begin to look very strained. I wonder if she knows anything about what happened in class, given that she seems to be treading on eggshells around Hanako. I have to play you again sometime. I'll make sure I play you first. She takes the doll she receives from Lily and holds it to her chest, together with the small chessboard, putting the piece on the top. This act seems to settle her down somewhat, and we just sit in silence for a while. I think it's one of the few times I've seen her genuinely happy. Curling the friendship of two people to her chest as tightly as she can. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Hisao. In the process of thanking us, Hanako drops the chess piece and fumbles a bit in her rush to retrieve it. Once she finds it, Hanako puts the chess set down and nervously gulps at her wine. It's as if the real world suddenly rushed back into her consciousness and her fastest escape from it was in the glass. Hey, easy there. You shouldn't drink it that fast. It's a party, Hisao. Despite saying this, there's a slightly concerned edge to her verse. Eventually, and Kristen Lily proceeds to follow Hanako's lead, though not as eagerly. She looks to be taking small sips from her glass and letting the wine settle on her tongue before swallowing. I decide that this is probably the best approach and do the same myself. Since this is kind of a going-away party for you as well, I hope you enjoy your trip, at least a little, Lily. Hopefully your aunt will be okay. I hope your aunt is okay too, Lily. Lily and I are slightly taken aback by Hanako's favor to wish Lily well. Despite her own familiar situation, I'm a little impressed. My, thank you both. I'll be sure to convey your thoughts to my family when I meet them. It'll all be fine in the end. Lily, don't worry about it. Since the room's mood has become noticeably more solemn, I decided to try and move things along. Well then, shall we start on the cake? My tendency suggests has intended effect. Everyone's lighting up considerably. Hey, yes, please. Cake? I didn't know there was any cake. I picked one up before it came along, with some snacks. Well done, Hisao. At least one of us remembered to bring one. Everyone seems to welcome the distraction, so I retrieved the cake from my bag and started cutting it up. Mixing wine and chocolate cake isn't something that I thought would work well, but none of us seem to mind. Conversation is temporarily suspended as we start to eat. I was intently wary of this idea. After Hanako's panic attack, I expect the worst from tonight. But I think Lily's idea to give her good memories of her birthday is working. That, and also having it shared with her going-away party. From Hanako's reaction to her gifts, I can tell she was really appreciative. Hanako tries to pour herself another glass of wine, but ends up spilling some on the table. She's had a couple by now, so considering that she never had alcohol before, it's no wonder if she's feeling a bit lightheaded. Sorry, Lily. I didn't mean to make a mess. Don't worry, I got it. Lily reaches sideways and gently takes the fussing Hanako in her arms, giving me a pause. It's okay, Hanako. I'm just happy you're here. Hanako gives only a faint nod in response. It's fitting, I suppose, that Lily would be the one to support her like this. I have no idea what Hanako would be like if she hadn't. Seeing the two like this makes me appreciate the fact that I'm privy to such an intimate moment. Even Akira can't help but smile at the sight. I never would have thought I managed to find new friends so quickly, and I'm all the more thankful that of all people, these two are the two I befriended. They slowly break off from one another. Hanako regaining herself somewhat, while I quickly get myself back on task. I find a towel among Lily's tea sets and start mopping up the spillage. By the time I finish, however, Hanako and Lily manage to uncork the other bottle and have topped off their glasses. Looks like you're enjoying the wine. Then, just don't go crazy with it after this wine. We all dutifully nod and agreed, but her reminder feels a bit silly given that she's the one supplying underage people with alcohol. Uh-oh. The second glass of wine goes down a lot quicker than the first, and before any of us notices, the second bottle is empty. While Akira is helping us finish them off, Hanako looks to be almost equaling her in the amount she's had. My head feels a little light, but I think I managed to gauge my own tolerance surprisingly well. Hanako smiles lazily, toying with her false hair. I think it's a pretty safe bet that she hasn't moderated herself as well as I. I don't think it was Hanako's intention to get this drunk, but it seems that the alcohol hit her all at once. She has a very light frame, something which wouldn't help her handle her booze well either. Lily cradles her glass, running a finger around the rim. Her cheeks are rosy, but she's managing to avoid looking woefully drunk. Kira is, as I somewhat expected, largely unaffected. Her smile might be a bit wider than before, though maybe. Hanako suddenly hiccups and accidentally knocks over the doll. I think I should maybe go to bed. Thank you, Hisao. Thanks, Lily. And Akira. She slurs Akira's name pretty hard, barely avoiding breaking out into a giggle midway through. She's completely plastered, and I can't decide whether I should feel a little bad or not for being amused at the state she's in. It really is bizarre to see her acting so carefree. A shame that it's only with the help of alcohol. Here, let me give you a hand. Akira begins to get up to help Hanako out, but she stops when Lily gives a sharp cough. Hisao, would you please? Akira looks a little surprised, and I have to admit that I am as well. I don't mind the request at all, let alone when it's said with such a smile. It just comes rather unexpectedly. Sure, no problem. I pick up the chess set and help Hanako stand up. I do feel somewhat responsible for her, considering that, other than Akira, I'm probably the most sober person in the room. She nurses the doll in one hand and offers me the other. We stumble out of the room into the hallway and into Hanako's room. Hanako bumping into me a number of times on the way. Inside the room, I flick on the lights as Hanako turns her attention towards a shelf on her dresser. An elegant doll is sitting on it, staring into the bare room. There you go. You'll be safe in here. Hanako gingerly places the doll next to the other one and straightens its dress. They sit in silence, hair and clothes perfectly arranged, just like the teapot in Lily's room. They serve as a distant contrast to the doll's white and grays. The pre-meant her bedroom. Satisfied that the doll's her only two real possessions are safe, Hanako takes a step back and stands up, staggering severely. I step forward to catch her if need be, but she regains her balance without my help. For a while, both of us stand in silence as Hanako looks downwards towards the cupboard. After a minute or two, she begins to sway a little from side to side. It's very off-putting. Are you going to be alright? Hanako raises her head and turns around to me as if only just remembering that I'm also in the room. What's unexpected is that she takes 2 steps towards me and wraps her arms around my body, her head coming to rest against my chest. I can feel my heart beating as all of my senses feel like they're coming alive again after their deadening through the previous drinking. The smell of wine on her breath, the feeling of her fingers through my clothing, the scent of her hair underneath my chin. My hands remain out in front of me, not daring to touch her. The temptation is there to hug her, to embrace her, to tell her everything will be fine. But this feels wrong. Really, really wrong. Hanako. But I want to stay with you and Lily. Hanako's slurring reminds me a bit of Misha. She probably wouldn't be pleased to hear that. You know I can't. You're a girl, and I'm a guy. After all, and Lily needs to sleep. Oops, sorry. That good face. She gives a disappointed groan. It's so strange for her to act so forward. Don't worry, I'll see you again tomorrow, okay? I decide to rest a hand on her head to reassure her, deciding that this is as far as I allow myself to go in terms of physical contact with her while she's in this state. Hanako's head nuzzles against my chest. It makes me feel all the more uneasy with the situation. As her arms tighten around my back, I quickly decide to bail out. I rest my hands on her shoulders and give her a firm but gentle push. Her grip tightens a little as I do so, but she eventually breaks off. I don't want you to go. Hanako, please. Akira and Lily are going to start thinking weird stuff if I take too long here. It's perfectly true, too. I really don't want to take any chances, and I feel very uncomfortable right now. I shouldn't try to read anything into the way she's acting right now. I read that aside from alcohol lowering inhibitors, people can react to getting drunk in many different ways that doesn't necessarily reflect reality. And even without that, there are plenty of ways to interpret what she's saying. As long as she's safe, I'm going to try and get out of her room as soon as possible. Hanako hiccups again, looking a right mess as she stands and looks downcast in the center of the room. Her personality changed as she drinks more and more, and now, all alone in her room with me, her previous brightness seems to have left her. Was she just acting upbeat to make sure we didn't worry? Even if she was, what could I possibly do for her? Since I do exactly the same thing in regards to my own condition. Distancing myself from my thoughts, I eventually managed to corral Hanako towards her bed, though her attempts to tame the wild sheets on it ended up accomplishing little. Sorry about tonight, Hanako. I know you probably won't remember any of this, but happy birthday. I'm sorry I couldn't do more for you. She looks up at me for a moment. I have no idea if what I said actually got through to her, but any chance to ask is lost as her eyes peacefully close. I sigh in relief, before quietly backing away from her and leaving the room, flicking the light switch off as I go. I hesitate a little before opening the door to Lily's room again, quickly rehearsing what I should say if I get questioned about Hanako. After a few seconds, I still can't come up with anything. I open the door and make sure to close it behind me. Lest any passing students catch a glimpse of the wine before turning my attention to the two girls at the low table. Kira casually smiling as is Lily. I welcome the change from the mood in Hanako's room. Is that you, Zo? Yeah, I got Hanako to her bed. She's sleeping now. That's good. I have to admit, I haven't thought that she'll drink quite so much. Hey, it's fine. She's all safe and tucked in bed now. But the way she is... She's awkwardly trails off, though Lily and I hardly protest. For someone so anxious and fearful, drinking would give an easy way out of those congested feelings. I wish I could do more for her. I feel useless. Looking at Lily, I think back to what I asked myself in town. My relationship with her is that of a friend, and has only ever felt that way. But now, I think I know why. Lily's been there for both Hanako and me since I first met her. But she's like that for everyone, trying to do her best to make them feel better. With that in mind, then what's the bond between me and Hanako? After reassuring our relationship following the panic attack I inadvertently triggered during class, I feel like we're back to being friends, but she's on my mind more and more. I can't say I view any other girl in quite the same way, but maybe it's just a normal reaction to someone acting like this. Say Akira. She yawns before looking at me. It is getting pretty late. You know about what happened with Hanako, don't you? Yeah, Lily told me. I negotiated pretty hard for a break so I could come down and help make her birthday a bit brighter. We get along pretty well. It's surprising to hear that from someone as extrovert as her, but if Hanako came to know her through Lily, maybe she had time to get used to Akira. And on that note, I better get going. I'm already going to be a bit late as it is. But it's already so late. Sorry, we got a bunch of work dropped on us, so overtime it is. She leaves her so. She levers herself up with a grunt and heads past me towards the door. Just before she leaves, she turns back towards us. You haven't forgotten about the time for the flight and all the rest. Don't worry, I have everything ready. It's just a matter of packing when it gets closer to the time to leave. Atta girl. I'll see you guys later then. And with that, she disappears through the door with her hand held high in farewell. Your sister is something, alright. I probably should have thought the comment through before saying it. Regardless, Lily seems quite amused at my appraisal. You're okay after that drinking, not wasted and just hiding it well? I assure you, I am quite alright. I can moderate myself. You seem quite self-proposed as well, if I do say so myself. Yeah, well, I guess your moderation applies to me as well. With a little hesitant, I take a seat at the table in front of Lily. I want to address this directly, if for no other reason than to settle my thoughts. I've been meaning to ask this, but it took me a while to make up my mind. Do you have any idea about what triggered that panic attack? I gather it was something to do with her birthday, but I don't know anything more. Even Akira was being really careful around her, so I assume she knows as well. Lily's smile drops. The gently of the birthday party, now well and truly over. To be honest, I'm not sure of all the details myself. Hanako told you that she was at a house fire. She told me as much after we met and spent a lot of time together. Other than that, she quite simply never told me. She never told you. Assuming the worst, what does she have to look back upon? A life of isolation and possible even the death of her family? Maybe even going as far as blaming her existence for their deaths. Even thinking about what little I know of Hanako's past is bleak. To have lived through all of that and to live on with those memories must be infinitely worse. Lily looks similarly depressed, but I can see her rebuild at least some of her composure before my eyes. I get the feeling that the both of us are talking more frankly than we might otherwise do, thanks to the wine, but it feels like just talking this out is a good thing anyway. I feel kind of hopeless about it when it's put like that. What can I possibly do for her? I'm not wholly sure I should tell you this, but Hanako told me that you visited her the day after we both went to check on her. I must admit that I did not predict she would take such a step so quickly after what happened, nor did I expect you to. I think it was a nice gesture on your part. It wasn't much, really. It's just, at times like this, I sometimes think it would be better if we never had to leave Yamaku, or at least this town. Things are so much easier without others around. I didn't expect Lily to look quite so troubled at what I said, and for a while she looks lost in thought. She moves to speak, but stops herself as soon as she does, and rethinks. It's a bit off-putting. I think... Tell me, do you have anything planned for this Friday evening? Friday evening? No. Isn't your flight to Scotland the next day? I don't think it would be a good idea to tire yourself out before you even get there. I'll be alright. You needn't worry about me. I do this tomorrow evening, but I imagine Hanako would be feeling rather off for a while. The thought of how she's going to be tomorrow makes me grimace. Maybe we should count our blessings that she didn't end up simply throwing up from drinking so much, while having such a low tolerance. Well, I'm going to be able to attend whatever you're planning. What is it? Nothing unusual, I assure you. Just a little excursion. And you better be off, Sal. I can't imagine it's long at all until curfew is here. Oh damn, curfew, I completely forgot. I look at the clock next to Lily's bed. There seems to be some oddity without written numbers, which I suppose makes sense given Lily's condition. Not wanting to risk a Hades naughty security patrol giving me a scolding, I get up and decide to go to my dorm as she says. Well then, I guess I'll see you and Hanako tomorrow, assuming the both of you manage to get up in the morning. Thank you for your concern, Hazel. Until then. With that, I make my way out the door and into the hallway. I hope her idea will be a good one. I feel like I should end it here because God, let's get this. This is probably Kenji. Let's get this out of the way. Oops, sorry. The hammering of fists against the door feels like nails being pounded into my head. Once, twice, 3 times, I let out a long, annoyed breath and bear it while pressing my eyelids shut, feverishly hoping for whoever it is to just go away. I feel pretty damn awful. My face feels like it's cast out of lead, my arms feel heavy, and I feel very queasy. It's been like this since I woke up half an hour ago, and I can't summon the energy to pick myself up out of bed. So, this is what they call a hangover. I wonder if perhaps this is the best treatment for teenagers who desperately want to try drinking, as a way to feel like an adult. Considering how unpleasant this is, it's not something I want to repeat. A series of thuds ring out again, repeating around the small room. I wish they'd just give up already. I have no intention of getting out of bed for them. Seconds pass, turning to minutes. Since no more knocks are coming from the door. Whoever it is must have left. Thank goodness. Look into my clock. The time I really should be thinking about getting dressed and ready for class is approaching. I don't think I can manage it, though. I hate cutting class, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get much done at this rate. I can tell I look like a mess without needing to look in a mirror to confirm it too. The morning rush has given me enough time to stand outside the classroom for a little while, without looking too suspicious. I hope that Muto doesn't ask any awkward questions about my not attending school yesterday. I was sick, that much is true. It's just the reason for it that I have to hide. Confidently, I can get by with a tactical omission of certain truths. I stride into the classroom, doing my best to appear normal. The instant I open the door and take a step inside, I can feel a dozen eyes looking at me. There is no way I'm imagining this. They're not even making any attempt to hide it. My eyes take a quick sweep around the room, and I spot Hanako. We make eye contact momentarily before she looks down and stares very hard at her desk. Did she spill the beans? Muto may be okay as far as teachers go, but underage drinking on campus is not exactly something that would be taken lightly. I look to him with some trepidation. Feeling better today? Yeah, thank you. He motions me for me to take my seat. I like feeling like sticks as they carry me there. This is going to be a long day. As soon as the lunch bell rings, I'm on my way to Hanako's desk to ask what's going on. Hanako, did you tell? She looks up at me and shakes her head. That's a big relief. It's just... hello there, Hee-chan. It's nice to see you again today. I grimace and turn towards the unmistakable voice coming from behind me. There was way too upbeat a tone of voice to feel comfortable, even for Misha. Oh god, what's this face? Misha's happy smile is nothing out of unusual. Shizune, though, is a very bad sign. The one she wears has become notched into my brain as her. I have got you 7 ways from Sunday smile. Hi, Shizune. Misha, you look happy to see me. ... Not feeling well yesterday, Hee-chan? No, I wasn't. But I'm feeling better now, at least. ... That's good to know, Hee-chan. Why do I get the feeling that Shizune is leading me into a trap? You sound like you're not being completely serious. ... Oh no, Hee-chan, we're genuinely pleased that you're all better now. Shizune is positively overflowing with happiness. There's only one reason why she would be like this. Oh no. In fact, we were quite worried about you after all. You, Hanako, and Lily were all absent from class on the same day. Yep, she got us so thoroughly that all I could do is sign defeat. I guess you have your own theories about this. Can you just kind of not tell anyone? It's a bit late for that, Hei-chan. I suppose she's right, considering the looks I get as I entered class. Still, things only seem to be at the level of vague suspicion, rather than outright accusations, so we'll probably be fine. Hanako's face sinks a little further. Such attention is troublesome enough for me, let alone for her. Going by Sasune and Misho's reactions, I think they noticed this as well. ... The only reason why we're giving you such a hard time is that you ignored us yesterday morning. It takes me a while to recall what happened then, given the haze incident by the genuine awful state I was in at the time. Oh right, the knocking. That was you two? It was, and you left us there for ages, after we'd taken all the effort of coming to your dormitory early in the morning. Sorry, I was having a problem with nausea. They're not buying it. I can't blame them. Susune's head drops in resign before she reaches into her pocket. Something white and yellow can be seen sticking out a little, and as she pulls it out, it turns out to be an envelope with very bright decorations on it. Oh, is this the same letter I got in Emmy's route? Do they do this for every route she writes us, no matter what route we're on? Since she points it towards me, I dutifully take it. This is what we were trying so hard to give you, Hichan. You don't check your... I tune out the sound of Misha's voice as my eyes register what's written on the envelope. Eineko. I stare at the envelope for a moment, before suddenly remembering that there were people around me. There's a vague, very strange, somewhat intrusive feeling about their expressions. I kind of want to be alone right now. Eineko? It's nothing. Thank you for bringing me this, you two. I should think so. After what we went through to get it to you. I step back and say my goodbyes. Misha theologically pouts, even as I go out the door, but Sasune and Hanako remain very visibly curious about my reaction. I hope they won't interrogate me on this later. This is a different scene, okay. The smell of the garden is, as always, a very pleasant sensation. Some of the most visible signs of how well funded this school is. Aside from its sheer size or the expenses and conditions of the ground. A good number of students can be seen eating lunch, chatting, and playing on the bright green lawns. Even some of the staff is enjoying the summer here, keeping watch over the students and idle walking along the long concrete paths. I've never seen a sight like this in my old city. On excursions maybe, but never in school, or anywhere near where I lived. Even the bench I sat on to read is warmer thanks to the summertime sun, reminding me of why I haven't worn the school blazer even once yet. Considering this, the sunflower and splash of vibrant yellow coloring adoring the paper are quite appropriate for the time, if only the words written on it were as well. Here I was thinking I managed to get over her, with this troublesome thing shows up. Her handwriting looks vaguely familiar at best, and only now that I see it again, I remember that she used to write in pink pen a lot. She was always very girly, for a lack of a better term. But she was also quite fragile. I never knew if I liked this aspect of her or not, though with the arrival of this letter, that question seems to have become largely mute. The letter begins with not much more than an update on the state of things going on in her life. My old class had a good start to the school year. Many are anxious about the exams that will be coming up in the future, etc. But it ends on a very personal, if brief, note. It feels a bit like she's wrote most of the letter just to try and soften the blow from the ending. I wanted to express my feelings, but the right words didn't come to me. I couldn't say anything to comfort you. I'm really sorry for not being able to support you when it mattered the most. Even though I liked you so much, at least now, finally, I can be honest. If I could go back to those quiet days in February or March, I'll tell you to not give up on yourself. That's what I would say. Maybe you wouldn't have drifted so far away if I had just said something. I hope you manage to get back on your own feet. And so, that's that. Our relationship is over. Nice, neat, and tidy, with no ambiguity. I can't say ambiguity. I can't say it. I haven't held on to any illusion that it could ever begin anew. The last time she visited me, neither of us said a thing except for one word. She said as she left for the last time, "Goodbye." But that as it may, this feels more final. The capstone on an experiment that both of us tried and failed at. A loud shout draws my eyes away from the letter. It's just some students horsing around with one of the teachers standing nearby coming over to talk to them. "Are you okay?" "Yuko." A tentative voice comes from my side. For a moment I assumed it was Hanako, but it's actually Yuko. "Oh, hi Yuko. I thought you'd be in the library." She gives a cheerful smile, one quite fitting the atmosphere, and flourishes the empty wrapping of a roll in her hand. She must have something else covering for her while she grabs something to eat. It reminded me that I haven't had anything to eat yet. I don't feel hungry though, and skipping one lunch won't hurt. "Mind if I sit?" "Sure, go ahead." I quickly slid the letter back into its envelope, slipping it inside my bag. Propped against the side of the bench as Yuko takes a seat. She drops the wrapper into a bin beside us. Without much else to do, I lean back and take what enjoyment I can from the sun, silently reflecting on the leather. The lush lawns, the clear blue skies, everything looks so different from the way it did back then. Even the schools surrounding from the hill it's on to the woods around it are completely opposite to the urban scenery I remember. Maybe this is what it feels like to feel homesick. Then again, it's not an outright bad sensation. The feel of the area around Yamaku, while very different, is also nice. I think I could get used to it. "Hey, Hisao?" "Yeah?" "You didn't answer my question before. I wasn't going to say anything, but you still look troubled." "If you don't want to say anything, though, that's okay. I don't mind at all. So sorry for asking something strange like that." "I don't mind. It's just, I got a letter from someone I knew before I came to Yamaku. It made me think about some things. I thought I managed to get over most of the problems that my accident caused, but now, I'm not really so sure. I kinda wish I'd never seen it." "I don't think that's good, Hisao. When my boyfriend left me, he did so very suddenly and never let me know why. At first, I was very depressed about it, but I decided to forgive him." "You forgave him? Couldn't he at least have talked properly with you about it?" "He was always one of those people that found it difficult to come close to others. In the end, I decided that I fell in love with him for a reason. He was a good person, and I think that if I had been in his position, I would have probably found it just as hard to try and talk to him. I don't really see the connections to the letter I got. I mean, how should I put this? It must have been very hard for the person who sent that letter. And if they did, I think they must have thought very hard about exactly what to say." Ainako managed to write this letter and bring a final close to our relationship, something that I never managed to do. Whereas here I am, trying to protect and help Hanako as best as I can, especially with Lily leaving for a while, and I'm not even able to deal with my own problems. Does that make sense? She's taken my non-response and furrowed brow as doubt. She really reads faces too much, just like a certain other person. Yeah, that makes sense. The letter was just kind of a shock, really. I think I tried to fool myself into thinking that my life reset when I came into Yamaku, but now I'm suddenly aware that it didn't. I'm a bit of a loss about how to deal with these feelings. I think that's something I can't help you with. Sorry. It's fine. I think being able to talk with you has helped me get get things sorted out a bit better in my head. So thank you anyway. She nods and smiles sweetly. Yuko is a nice girl, so it's a shame she's so highly strung so often. The school bell ring out startled us both. Ah, I was supposed to be back before the bell. Oops. She jumps off the bench and almost races off without a second word, but she turns on her heels and she remembers she was just talking to me just now. I'll see you later, Hisao. Cheer up, okay? I'll try. I'll try too. Thanks, Yuko. With a quick bow, Yuko takes her leave and begins her rush to the library. Her flight catches the curious eyes of a few passing students who are unenthusiastic, shrugging back to their classrooms after their fun. Reluctantly standing from the bench, I dust myself off and join them. Even while I walk through the gardens back to the main building, the thought of the leather in my bag doesn't stray far from my mind. Now I'm gonna end. There we go. This has been Visual Novel Gamer. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how your day's going, and... Okay, this is different, but okay. See you all next time, and peace.